As a community, how do you stand out from your rivals? Well, the most effective method is to tell a story. In this video, we're going to show you how to do that, so stay tuned. We are, as a species, addicted to stories. In the early ages, our ancestors used to huddle around a fire and regale each other with folklore and tales of wisdom. Today, things are a little different. For starters, we don't need a fire to tell a story. Just the internet and maybe some popcorn. Jokes aside, community managers don't give enough importance to the power of storytelling, and that can be a huge problem. Because if your community members don't connect with you emotionally, then they definitely won't engage with you. When we hear a story that resonates with us, our level of a hormone called oxytocin increases. Oxytocin is a feel-good hormone that boosts our feelings of things like trust, compassion, empathy. It motivates us to work with others and positively influences our social behavior. That's why doctors recommend exercise to people who want to improve their mental health. Every time you exercise, your brain releases endorphins, which have the similar effect of making you feel good. As a natural athlete, I can vouch for this. I've always loved extra fries. Exercise. Getting back to the point, your job as a community builder is to pump your members up with a lot of oxytocin. And the first step to achieving that is figuring out the flavor of your community by zeroing in on your why. You need to figure out what the community would uniquely mean for your organization and what your organization means for your community members. It doesn't mean that your community narrative has to be loft and totally disconnected from business value either. Ask yourself two questions. What motivates our company? What motivates our most passionate users? The value of community lies where these two incentives align. Thriving communities demand a shared purpose. An answer to the question, why are we coming together? Your purpose needs to be something that your people will want to work on with you, not a selfish or one-sided idea hatched by a single leader. Now, another way to make sure that your community narrative is grounded in your people's needs. Take out your notebook and answer these questions. What do my community members need more of? What's the change we desire? What's the problem only we can solve together? In essence, you'll have to keep these 3 points in mind while crafting your narrative. A. Make it purposeful. Tie the activity back to why your community teamed up in the first place. What goal or outcome becomes possible only when the specific group of people gets together? B. Make it participatory. Don't just talk at people. You gathered them because they're passionate just like you. Give them the chance to contribute to the purpose you share. C. Make it repeatable. Relationships need time to flourish, and it'll take a few cycles for some folks to warm up and begin actively contributing. Design the first activity with the intent to repeat it with your people over and over. The inescapable truth is that you'll need to exceed expectations with your core activity if you want your people to show up and keep showing up. This doesn't mean that you need to invest lots of money in a flashy experience. Instead, do your best to create an undeniably valuable shared experience. If you're running a health and fitness brand selling protein bars, create and name the community around health and fitness rather than brand name community. People associate great value to your community's identity, and they don't want to be simply sold to. Your customers want a relationship, not a transaction. So with that right narrative, your community will be able to provide an outlet for bonding over a mutual love of a product and a purpose.